Quizlet is a great online resource where students can go here and use it to study and learn course content, whether it's their own customized study or a set that was created by other users. So they can come on to Quizlet.com and they can create their own study set, or you can look at study sets that were created by different users, which could still be just as beneficial as creating your own, or you could use both. Just great ways to study and learn specific course content that you are learning in class. And students can also share sets with friends, classmates, or other students, which means that you can kind of create a class. So here's the homepage for Quizlet.com, and I have created a free account with Quizlet, so this is what the page looks like after I created an account. But like I was saying, if the student wanted to create a class so that they could share study sets with classmates, you can go here to create that class. And it's really cool because each person, you can have a group of study friends that you each create a different study set for a different topic that you're all going to be tested on. Then you can create those under one class. When you create that class, then each of you can have access to your study sets. So, one person can do a study set on this, another person could do it on this, but when you do it under a class, like right here, each person that is a part of that class has access to the study set, which is really cool. It's a great way to share your resources. Now, if you were on Quizlet and you wanted to just create your own study set, you would go here to create a study set. So I'm going to click here and just show you. So this says enter the words and concepts you need to study in minutes. So I'm going to create a study set. Now, for instance, so this Quizlet will show you either the term first or the definition first. You can choose. It's more or less like a set of flashcards, but it's online, it's virtual, it's paperless. Very convenient. So I'm going to say here, I need to learn what nouns are. So nouns. The definition of nouns, I'm going to say a person, place, or thing. So I can continue on with all my different definitions or terms, as many as I want to. You can keep adding. Once you get to 5, you can keep adding your cards. But say I did that, well, I'm done now and I want to create my study set. So I'm going to hit create. Oh, it says you need 2 cards to create a set. Okay. Let's say type, what type of, okay, scratch that. We'll say fruits. Type, so fruits, okay? We'll just say strawberries, bananas, and oranges. Okay. So now that I have 2, I can create my study set. Oh, I did not enter a title to create my set, so therefore I could not create one. So I need to go back and I need to enter a title. So chapter 1. And this is really cool. Before I create it, you can insert or import terms and definitions from a Word document or Excel or Google Docs, which is really neat. You can decide who you want this to be made visible to. Right now it's visible to everyone, which means users who I don't know, just like I can go up here and search for any different type of Quizlet or study set. If I keep this as visible to everyone, anybody can go on to Quizlet.com, and if they search for, chapter 1, for instance, whatever my title may be, a keyword where this will populate, they can view it. But I also have the ability to change it to make it more private so that not everybody can look at it. And who can edit this study set? Only me. But you can also change that. So I'm going to create it. Now it says, am I ready to share it? Well, I don't want to share it quite yet, but you do have the opportunity to share it if you wanted to. And to do that, you would just copy this link. But I'm not going to share it right now. So here's my completed study set. Now, everything that you insert into your study set is going to be listed here. You have, what I really like, I like the flashcard style. So I'm going to hit flashcards to show you what that looks like. And this is a person, place, or thing. Now, to see what's on the other side of this flashcard, you hit flip. So you click this to flip, nouns. So it's literally just like a virtual flashcard. Really cool. This is the option to edit it if you are going through your study sets and you think, oh, that's wrong, I need to change that. You don't have to go back to the beginning. You can just edit it right here as you're going through the flashcards. This is for sound. It will
person, place, or thing.
Just like that. It will sound it out, and the voice will say everything listed on your flashcard, which is really neat. Something that I use frequently when I make study sets is this star right here. And that means as I'm going through the flashcards, because they are my favorite, a lot of them, I know it. So I'm like, okay, next. But say I get to one and I don't know that one. I'm having a hard time with that one. Well, I'm going to star it. And when I star it, that means I can go back and I can just study the ones that I've starred, because I know that the ones that I've starred, I'm having the most trouble on. So that is really neat. So you don't have to go through the whole study set again to get to the ones that you were unsure about. Those can be starred and kind of put to the side, and you can go just to your starred ones and practice those. So it's really neat. And to go to the next question, you just hit the arrow. And it's the same thing. You click it to flip it. So you can play these. You don't have to click it to flip it. You have the option to play, and it will go through and it will play each of your study sets. You can shuffle them so that they're not in order. Really, really neat. So I'm going to go back, and you have a write option where you can type in the person, place, or thing. So say you didn't want it to be a flashcard, so you don't want to see the answer, but say I say an adjective. Let me see if that's the right answer. No, it's not the right answer. So say I say a vegetable for these. No, it's not the right. So it's a great way to kind of quiz yourself if you know that you're going to have a test and it's not going to be a multiple choice test. It's going to be a fill in the blank where you need to know them and the answer is not going to be anywhere visible on your test. Using the write in option is a wonderful option to use to study your quiz sets. They have a spelling option to type what you hear.
Nouns.
So, did you hear that? Let's play it again.
Nouns. Nouns.
It says nouns. So then you type what you hear. So say that I thought that I heard names.
Nouns.
No.
N-O-U-N-S. Nouns.
And it gives you the correct answer very quickly with the correct spelling. So I'm going to go back. Then you can take a test. You can also match the cards. So you drag corresponding items onto each other to make them disappear. Start game. So, for instance, a noun is a person, place, or thing. So I'm dragging them on top of each other. Really, really neat. It's kind of like a matching game. Alright. Quizlet is a wonderful tool. Also, before we finish up, I want to show you the search option because I use these just as much as I make my own because there are wonderful, wonderful study sets out there that anyone can use. So let's say I want to study chemistry. Alright, so here are all different study sets made or created by different users. So this user obviously the ones that populate are, the title is actually just chemistry. Now if you want to get more specific, you can get more specific in your search right here. But right now I just did a broad search of just the topic of chemistry, and this is what populates. And so it shows you, okay, for this study set, it gives you a little preview. It also tells you how many flashcards or how many terms that there are, and it tells you the user who created it. And this person actually, their account is under a teacher. So we'll just show you chemistry, and here are the terms that they added in for their study set. But what you see differently here that I did not show you earlier are images. So this is really neat because you do have the option when you go in and create your study sets to upload images or diagrams to your terms. Really cool. So we'll choose this.
A substance that cannot be broken down into a simpler substance by ordinary chemical changes. Consists of atoms of only one type.
So when I press the sound button, it played it. So it reads it to you. So here's the flashcard with the definition, and I need to know the term, and so the term is actually on the back of the card. Okay, so I'm going to go back, and I think that is about it. Quizlet is a wonderful tool, and like I said, you can search for different subset or study sets. You can create your own. And a really neat thing is you can add and label the diagrams like I just showed you that study set had that we used the search engine for. It had diagrams under each term, which is a really great way to promote learning. And to do that, this is where you do that at. You choose an image to upload and add it to your term. Alright, so that is a brief introduction on Quizlet. And it is just a great way that students can study and learn their course content.